Namaste. With the grace of Thakur, Ma, Swamiji, Gurudev, we have again started our discussion on the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. This is the third class and we are on page 2, the last paragraph. Before starting the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, we would recite from Gopi Gita. Tabo kathamritang tapto jivanang kobibhiriritang kalmoshapaham sravana mangalam srimada tatam bhuvi grinonti je bhurida janaha. তোমার কথা অমৃত তাপদগ্ধ জনগণে জীবন স্বরূপ মুনিগণ কর্তৃক কীর্তিত পাপ সমূহের বিনাশক শ্রবণ মাত্রেই মঙ্গলপ্রদ ও সকল সম্পদের আকর ইহা যিনি বিস্তৃত রূপে কীর্তন করেন জগতের তিনি সর্বশ্রেষ্ঠ দাতা। ওম, the nectar of your words and the descriptions of your activities are the life and soul of those suffering in this material world. These narrations transmitted by learned sages eradicate one's sinful reactions and bestow good fortune upon those who hears them. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Certainly, those who spread the messages of Godhead are the most munificent. So, we begin from the last stanza of page 2. As he left the room with Shidhu, he heard the sweet music of the evening service arising in the temple from gongs, bells, drums and cymbals. So here he is, Srima or Mahendranath Gupta, the writer of Kathamrito, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. He heard the sweet music. And the time is evening from the evening service. And they were arising in the temple of Dakshineshwar from gongs, bells, drums and cymbals. He could hear music from the Nahabat too at the south end of the garden. So Srima could hear music even from the Nahabat. Where is Nahabat? At the south end of the garden at Dakshineshwar. So Nahabat, it's very a familiar place where our Holy Mother Sri Srima Sharada Muni used to stay. The sounds travelled over the Ganges, floating away and losing themselves in the distance. So beautifully written. These sounds from the gongs, from the bells, from the drums, from the cymbals, they were travelling, floating, and as if they were losing themselves far away in the distance. A soft spring wind was blowing. Laden with the fragrance of flowers, the moon had just appeared. So along with this music, a soft wind was blowing. And the season we know, it's spring. So a spring wind was blowing. Laden meaning loaded with the fragrance. Fragrance means sweet smelling of flowers. The moon had just appeared in the sky. Such a beautiful atmosphere. It was as if nature and man together were preparing for the evening worship. The natural beauty was unique, with the music, with the soft spring wind blowing, fragrance of the flowers. Okay, the moon had just appeared. It was the moonlight that was reflected in the temple garden, and as if the writer was feeling that Thakur Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansadev and nature both were getting ready together for what? For the evening worship. M and Shidhu visited the 12 Shiva temples, the Radhakantu temple and the temple of Bhavatarini. So we know at Dakshineshwar there are 12 Shiva temples. There is the temple of Bhavatarini and the Radhakantu temple. Shidhu and M, they visited all these places, and as M watched the services before the images, his heart was filled with joy. So M was observing the services before the images of Bhavatarini in the temple and seeing the worship, the evening worship. M's heart was filled with a lot of happiness and joy. On the way back to Sri Ramakrishna's room, the two friends talked. Shidhu told M that the temple garden had been built by Rani Rashmani. So while they were returning back to Sri Ramakrishna's room, Shidhu informed M that the temple garden of Dakshineshwar was built by Rani Rashmani. He said that God was worshipped there daily as Kali, Krishna and Shiva, and that within the gates many sadhus and beggars were fed. So we find Shidhu told him that God was worshipped at Dakshineshwar as Kali, as Lord Shiva, as well as Lord Krishna. And the sadhus, the beggars, saints, they were all fed at the gates of Dakshineshwar temple garden. When they reached Sri Ramakrishna's door again, they found it shut and Brinde the maid standing outside. So when they went near Sri Ramakrishna's room, the door was little shut and Thakur's maid Brinde was standing outside. M, who had been trained in English manners and would not enter a room unannounced, asked her, "Is the holy man in?" So M was trained in English manners. He was disciplined. He would not enter a room unannounced, means without taking permission. So he asked Brinde that, "Is the holy man in?" Holy man means, is Thakur Sri Ramakrishna inside the room? Brinde replied, "Yes, he is in the room." M, how long has he lived there? So Brinde informed them that Thakur was inside his room. So M wanted to know how many years has he lived there. Brinde, oh, he had been here a long time. So Thakur had been at Dakshineshwar for a long time. Next question of M, does he read many books? So, does Thakur read many books? Brinde, books? Oh dear, no. They are all on his tongue. He doesn't read books, but the knowledge of the books are on his tongue. M had just finished his studies in college. It amazed him to hear that Sri Ramakrishna read no books. So M had just completed his studies in college. It amazed me, surprised him. He was wonderstruck. How is it possible that Thakur read no books and all the knowledges of the books were on his tongue? Perhaps it is time for his evening devotions. So M was thinking that it was twilight evening, so might be Thakur would be busy with his devotions. May we go into the room? So he was seeking permission. So could we go inside the room? Will you tell him we are eager to see him? Eager means very, very eager, means keen. We wish to see Thakur. Will you take his permission? Will you ask him, Brinde, whether we are able to get inside his room? Brinde, go right in, children. Go in and sit down. So Brinde said, you may get inside the room of Thakur Sri Ramakrishna and you may sit down. Thank you, Thakur. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, Gurudev.